Fathers are commonly viewed as the household source of wisdom. They have years of information and experience to impart to their children. However, what about the advice that dads never provide to their sons? There is a great deal of guidance available for young males. Some of it has merit. Some of it is flawed, and the majority is out of date. If you are searching for genuine advice that can help you achieve in life, you should listen to the older and more experienced Sigma. Unfortunately, our fathers did not give us much advice, but that's all right. We exist to fill in the blanks. In a society that frequently feels increasingly conformist and homogenized, embrace your inner oddball. It might be freeing to embrace one's inner eccentricity. As the late poet and philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson once stated, to be great is to be misunderstood for being unique and steadfast in your ideals. You differentiate yourself from the crowd mentality and discover a more genuine way of life. Moreover, as high-value Sigma guys have long recognized, this is a fact. Being a little odd may also be quite entertaining. If you feel constrained by conventional knowledge, take a deep breath. And let your freak flag fly. It's time to embrace your inner eccentricity. Second, time is limited. Don't be a rubber stamp. Nowadays, it is easy to feel obligated to accept every invitation we accept. Regarding working late hours. Yes, to taking on more projects and spending time with individuals we don't care about, but just because we can do something does not indicate that we will. We must exercise discretion with our time and efforts. We must prioritize the things that are actually essential and reject everything else. Otherwise, we will rapidly become exhausted and bitter. Therefore, the next time you're asked to do something you're not interested in, you should refuse. Your time is too valuable to squander on things that are unimportant. Learning to say no might be tough, but it is a crucial ability. If you wish to achieve achievement, differentiating the high-value Sigma guy from the typical man is the capacity to say no. Sigma guys are not hesitant to prioritize their own wants over those of others, nor are they reluctant to reject others. Sure, you may offend some people by saying no, but it is preferable to forego your own happiness. Do not let women manage your business. There is a reason why the term "don't let women control your life" has become a mantra among high-status Sigma males. Women are naturally emotional beings. As a result, people prefer to make judgments based on their current emotions rather than logic or reason. They are frequently unprepared to make decisions with long-term ramifications. In contrast, high-value Sigma guys are renowned for their calm reason and capacity for extended thought. Men who know what they want and are prepared to make difficult choices to achieve it. Contrariwise, this does not imply that Sigmas are cruel or unsympathetic. They are often extremely sympathetic and kind, but they understand that when it comes to making judgments, it's important to keep emotions out of the equation. This will not only spare you a great deal of heartache in the long run, but it will also result in improved decision-making in general. 4. You miss every shot you do not attempt. High-value male members of Sigma are on the outside, looking in. They are the ones who do not fit in with the majority, who are constantly on the periphery, but that is not always a negative thing. In fact, their unique viewpoint frequently enables them to see things that others overlook. And when it comes to shooting shots, they are aware that you miss every single one. Life consists only of taking risks and putting oneself out there. Instead of worrying about what others may say, Sigmas focus on enjoying life on their own terms and pursuing their aspirations. And despite the fact that they may not always be successful, at least they know they gave it their all. The only way to fail is to not attempt everything. Therefore, go out and take some risks. You could be surprised by what you are capable of. 5. Heed your father's advice, but do not be scared to pursue your own route in life. It is no secret that fathers and sons frequently disagree. Fathers want their kids to follow in their footsteps, whilst boys frequently have distinct life goals. Nevertheless, there is value in heeding your father's counsel, even if you finally decide to take your own path. After all, your father has a great deal of life experience and wants the best for you, but in today's culture, don't be scared to be your own man. There is increased pressure on males to conform to traditional gender norms, yet not fitting the model of the classic alpha male does not diminish your manhood. In reality, high-value Sigma guys are frequently more successful and content than their alpha counterparts. Therefore, if you find yourself in conflict with don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in. Ultimately, you both want what's best for one another. 6. Do not desire less difficulty, but rather greater wisdom. It is inherent to the human condition to avoid impediments and challenges. We naturally desire a life devoid of conflict and difficulty. Nonetheless, this is not the most prudent way to live. Avoiding obstacles prevents personal development and growth. We become like a plant that is coddled and shielded from the elements, never gaining the fortitude or strength to thrive in the wild. Instead of asking for fewer obstacles, we should hope for greater wisdom, as each obstacle we face makes us smarter and stronger. Therefore, rather of hoping for fewer obstacles in life, hope for more. Because only with insight can you perceive obstacles as possibilities. And intelligence will aid you in overcoming them. This is the SMA perspective on life. They recognize that obstacles are unavoidable, whether we like it or not, and do not wish that life were simpler. Wish you were feeling well. Do not yearn for less difficulties. Want additional abilities. Instead of wishing for less difficulty, hope for more insight. In today's world, it's not about how much you make, but how much you keep. Whether it's to keep up with the Joneses or just to live comfortably, there is a lot of pressure to earn a high wage, and many individuals attempt to generate as much money as possible. However, what many people fail to grasp is that it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. Having a six-figure salary does not necessarily make you wealthy. If you are not careful with your expenditures, it is easy to incur debt. On the other side, you may become wealthy even if you do not earn a lot of money if you live below your means and invest your money intelligently. A significant value sigma man is an individual who knows this notion and concentrates his efforts on accumulating money as opposed to merely obtaining a large wage. High-value sigma guys are aware that their lifestyle decisions have a direct effect on their posterior. Additionally, they comprehend the need of diversifying their income streams and establishing different sources of money. By adhering to these guidelines, high-status sigma men are able to amass fortune and maintain a comfortable lifestyle without going into debt. 8. Consider that you are the product of your surroundings, including the people you associate with, the locations you live and work, and the everyday activities you engage in. All of these factors influence who you are as a person. And while it is simple to imagine that we govern our own life, this is not the case. Our brains are continuously inundated with information from our surrounds, and this information changes our ideas, emotions, and behavior in ways that we may not even be conscious of. Therefore, when it comes to constructing the life you choose for yourself, keep in mind that your surroundings is a potent instrument that may aid or impede your endeavors. Choose carefully, then choose your circle based on your core ideals. Don't associate with undesirables simply because they're amusing. Find those that motivate and encourage you to be a better person. 9. It is not necessary to be the largest or strongest man to be a. With the advent of the high-value sigma male in today's society, the traditional adage that the largest and strongest guy is the pack leader is no longer always true. Emerging now is a new sort of leader. High-value sigma men are distinguished for their independence and capacity for independent thought. They are frequently the group's outsiders or loners, but they are also the most willing to speak their minds and stand up for what they believe in. High-value sigma guys are, in many respects, the antithesis of typical alpha males. Despite their diverse origins and ideologies, high-value sigma men are beginning to emerge as some of our society's most important leaders, due to their independence of thought and willingness to confront the status quo. High-value sigma guys demonstrate that being a leader does not need being the largest or strongest man. Instead, all you require is the bravery to defend your convictions. If you work hard at your job, you will earn a livelihood. If you work on yourself, you will get wealthy. The most successful individuals are typically those who have invested most in themselves. They are always developing, learning, and seeking to better their abilities. This distinguishes them from the typical individual who only works to make a living. The typical individual is satisfied to accomplish just enough to get by, to remain in their comfort zone. Living a life of mediocrity is simple. It does not need much work, yet it is not particularly satisfying in the modern world. With the advent of the internet, self-improvement is more crucial than ever before. The frequency of high-value sigma male has increased greater than ever before. The high-quality sigma is the man who is not satisfied with a typical 9-to-5 schedule. He desires to create his own way in the world and is prepared to put in the necessary effort to achieve his goals. If you are comfortable with a standard employment, you will be able to make a livelihood. However, if you are ready to work on yourself, you will make a fortune in high-value endeavors. Sigma guys are the men who are transforming the world via self-improvement. 11. Never let someone to tell you that you cannot do something. According to an old proverb, the only way to acquire what you desire in life is to actively pursue it. Indeed, it is true. If you desire something, you must be willing to exert effort to achieve it. But there is another key component of this proverb that is frequently overlooked. Never let anyone tell you that you can't achieve anything. Just because someone else doesn't believe in you is no reason to give up. In reality, the reverse should be true. When someone tells you that you can't accomplish anything, you should become even more driven to achieve. After all, if they don't believe you can do it, there is more room for your success. This is a principle by which high-status Sigma men live. They recognize that there will always be some who question him and want to impede their progress. Instead of allowing these voices to hinder them, they embrace them as motivation. Therefore, the next time someone tells you that you cannot achieve something, use it as motivation to move on. Inform them that you will not accept no for an answer. In today's culture, at age 12, you must start at the bottom and work your way up. Everyone appears to be preoccupied with being at the top, whether it's obtaining the finest job, earning the most money, or having the most Instagram followers. Everyone desires to succeed. However, the reality is that success rarely comes without effort. You must begin at the bottom and work your way to the top. This can be a challenging and frustrating process, but it is necessary. If you wish to attain your objectives, there are, fortunately, certain things you can do to make the ascent a bit simpler. Prioritize the development of your talents and the refinement of your craft. If you excel at what you do, people will take notice and begin to entrust you with greater responsibilities. Do not be scared to network and develop ties with prominent individuals. These relationships can help you gain access to new possibilities and advance your career. Keep your focus on the prize and never lose sight of why you're doing this in the first place. These guidelines cannot guarantee success, but they can aid you down the path to the.
Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And do share with your friends so we may continue to create them. To see more videos like this, subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Additionally, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.